So my first answer to what do I recommend as an Al-Anon or AA or 12-step program alternative is I study toxic groups. I'm not an addiction counselor, and I'm not about recommending alternative cults. Like, I can tell you Mormonism is a cult, but I'm not going to tell you what you should do for your soul outside of that. Okay, so that's my first answer is we're asking the wrong person. We're asking the wrong people about addiction, like a narcissistic evangelical dude, Bill W., in the 30s, instead of medical professionals and addiction counselors. Okay, so that's the first one. I should be part of the conversation about the toxic groups. Maybe I should be part of the conversation about the solution, but I'm certainly not leading it. And I certainly don't need to have a better option to tell you that the one that exists is a cult and it's harming people and it's probably going to harm you. Okay, second of all, I think that the answer is complicated. And this is true with cults, right? I think the answer for what you need to do to deal with addiction, whether you are the addict or whether the addict is someone in your group, is going to involve therapy, probably medication, and a huge amount of community support for the rest of their lives. What I do know is not helpful is adding coercion, manipulation, shame, group critique, and junk science on top of addiction, which is already a problem. Addiction comes from trauma. We know this, but we keep trying to act like it's a disease, like there's something. And here's the thing, you can't put out your shingle to be a cult expert without being asked two questions. What about the military and what about AA? And the answer to this is that's because they're both cults and they're both harmful. We just don't want to have that conversation in our society. We don't want to have the conversation that we just ask approximately 1% of our population to be in a cult that harms them and harms their family, and then we just throw them away afterwards. And that is the same with addiction. The best answer I've ever heard about AA is if the program worked, it would be as popular all over the world as it is in the US, but it's not because it's an American religion. In America, we just want to throw away our problematic people to someone like, yeah, it's a cult, but it's keeping them sober. Okay. And I'm not having it. The Children of God, the pedo cult that I grew up in, got 10,000 people sober, and they were not a good group. So, first, I think we need to take down the bad group that has a chokehold on the American recovery conversation, and that is AA and any anonymous version of a program that is related to them. Like, it started off BS.